Everyone. Good evening and welcome to Fan Service, the Diabolical League of Awesome's weekly geek talk show where we just have a lot of fun and do a lot of crazy things. I'm your ever-present host, whether you like it or not, Stone, the Daring Adventurer. Well, that would be me. And with me tonight, we actually have quite a few people, but we're kind of all over the place because
the teleporter malfunctioned.
Mathilda kind of freaked out and locked her keys in her car while it was on. So she's outside dealing with that, with Death and Mars, you know, so. And so in here with me right now, I've got...
Legend Larry.
He's over here on this camera.
Gremlins. More
So I
gremlins.
want to switch cameras. Yes. Legend Larry's here. Yay!
I'm here.
So while we wait for everyone to...
I'm still messing with the teleporter. My equipment. A second set. Come on, people.
Oh, wait. Here comes Mathilda. I guess her car's fixed.
Come on, yes, her car has just been fixed.
Mathilda, second seat. Everyone, this is Mathilda.
Woo!
She needs her mic on.
You're going to mic you up.
She's new around here, so we're kind of breaking her in by throwing her on TV,
plug
much
it in
to
where
her
you can watch
charger
it.
in.
You can pinch your t-shirt?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
What's your
There you go.
Make
Somewhere.
sure your mic's facing up.
Facing up?
Let me see.
So how does that?
It's got a little clip.
Oh,
Let me do
okay.
something for you real quick. Hold on.
We love technology, don't we?
That's why I'm the tech guy.
And
There you go.
Pyro's running around with the
Let's pinch it
camera, so
somewhere.
you'll see behind the scenes
Alex,
stuff
on my shirt.
afterwards.
So just
And
open
Death
up,
is
pinch
on
your
finally on
t-shirt.
camera. Where's Mars? You had to get on camera, didn't you? Little bastard has to try to get on camera every show. So, hi Mathilda, how's your car?
My car is fine, thank you.
Okay, so we
Backup
start.
key. We need one.
Yeah, we start every week with our Geek Week news, which you can see all the stories and pictures, videos from in our forums. There's a big forums link; you can't miss it. And Sidewinder updates that pretty much daily. And apparently, someone's on the phone.
Awesome.
Hello, caller. Okay, well, it'll be Sidewinder. He'll be on in a little bit. I don't want to talk to him right now. So, our first. Okay, who here's a Stephen King fan?
Nah.
See, we're all like, like the one book I've read. I've read Dolores Claiborne, which was good. I read Cell, which sucked, and I read The Dark Tower, which sucked because everyone said I'd love it. Well, apparently, The Dark Tower movie's now been dropped by WB. Yet another studio dropping it. That movie is in limbo hell, and you know why? Because it's not a good story. I don't understand why people are fascinated with The Dark Tower.
It's a Dark Tower series?
Yeah,
Yeah.
have you read it?
No, but I've heard of it.
It's really not good. Sidewinder's on the phone? Crap. Hi, Sidewinder.
Hello? He's getting ready. Gremlins.
Yeah, okay, so what could possibly be keeping these people from making The Dark Tower?
I don't know. What is the plot? Because some people might
It
not know what it
follows
is.
a mysterious gunslinger on another world who's trying to get to the Dark Tower to kill his rival, and he like hooks up with the kid, and in the first book, he sacrifices the kid to the monster so he gets away. And there's like a whole chapter about how he masturbates or something. It was the weirdest. There's something wrong with Stephen King. He is fascinated with that kind of stuff. There's always a chapter of uncomfortable sexuality that makes no sense whatsoever.
I think that's why it's kind of hard to make a movie out of it.
It's just not. People swear by that. There's
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
what's Sidewinder?
Is that
Hey,
Sidewinder?
Stone, I heard your comment there about not wanting to talk to me.
Well, you're supposed to be picking up that thing which we cannot talk about. I don't know how you have time to call in.
You're the one that said you wanted me to call in. Make up your mind.
Well, you know I forget things from 1 minute to the next because I'm always fascinated with something shiny or something's exploding or someone's not wearing clothes. I'm thinking, why are they not wearing clothes?
Or you're running from something shiny and gooey.
Yeah. Which
Yeah, that too.
which is a total thing for me because I like shiny things. So why do I have to run from something that's shiny? Because it's gooey. And it's probably going to eat me. And I can't be eaten because death wants my soul. And I'm not giving it to him. Bar none.
I might help him.
I don't like you anymore. So,
like
Sidewinder,
Trip.
have you read Dark Tower?
Say that last part again?
Have you read The Dark Tower?
From Stephen King.
Just the first book of it.
Yeah, it's not very good, right?
It's kind of interesting, but I figured that was going slow because he spread over so many books. So I can't say I read the whole thing.
It's Stephen King. The dude's a hack. I don't know why people keep giving this dude money.
I know, but look at this. The Stand, was a good book. I enjoyed that.
It was also like this thick. Did you read a book that thick?
I sure did.
I didn't even know you could read.
Of course, I gotta read about the anatomy of zombies, how to kill them, and then reading about an idea.
I'm so
this the what happened to a plague. You just swap it with zombies. It's a Bible book. It teaches you how to
All
survive.
weapons have instruction manuals, don't forget.
Okay, so Dark Tower sucks. We established that fact. Our next one is, I really like the Kick-Ass movie in the comic.
Yeah.
So they keep talking about the sequel, and I don't remember Colonel Slug. Do y'all remember Colonel Slug from? Well, because I know they have. I don't know if they released a sequel to Kick-Ass in the comic yet. But
Actually, Sidewinder has it.
I've seen it and read it. It's fantastic.
okay, well here's what I want to know: why on earth would you cast Jim Carrey, one of the worst actors ever, in such a Kick-Ass movie? Because they want him to be Colonel Slug.
Because the character was Cage in the first one.
Yeah, it was
Oh wait, Sidewinder's okay. They want Jim Carrey to be Colonel Slug.
What? Did somebody finally lose their mind?
They must have. I mean, honestly, look what he did to the Riddler.
Please, that's not
Well,
fair,
that
Dad.
wasn't his fault. That was the
That's not
writer,
fair,
not
Dad.
him. I kind of liked it. There was something different.
Yay, Mars is here.
What's up, man?
Hi.
So, were you outside with her keys in the car turned on? Wasn't
Yeah.
that brilliant?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Hello,
he didn't mess
person
much.
I haven't met before.
Hi, I'm Mars.
Hi.
This is Mathilda. She's new. I
to
threw
meet
her
you.
on the show just to see how she would go.
Okay. I'm sorry.
What do I pay you people for? Honestly. So, yeah, they want Jim Carrey to play that character, so I'm already starting to write the movie off.
But
because,
they did make Nicolas Cage cool.
you see, they
If
pulled
can
that
make
one off.
Nicolas Cage cool, then
They
I
might
think
be able
to do it with Jim Carrey.
could.
Because Mark Miller is helping write the movie.
I just hate Jim Carrey. I freaking hate that man. I hate everything he's been in.
Wow, you're just so hateful.
He's one of those people that he cannot not be Jim Carrey.
Stoner is so full of hate, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is the same way. That he was okay in Kick-Ass because he died. That's my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie.
Colonel Slug dies too.
There you go. Can you handle that?
Okay, yeah, I can handle that.
Okay, there you go. We got some
And
promise
why
here.
did most of the heroes die?
Don't ruin it for us.
Hi, Mars.
No spoilers.
Pyro's spoiling it for us.
Oh, and in the end, it's all a dream.
Okay, go away.
Go away.
All right, so
That last part was bullcrap.
Out! Get out!
our next Geek Week news item: Plants vs Zombies 2. Can anyone even fathom why they would try to make a sequel to that? What are you going to add to it? What could you possibly add to Plants vs Zombies?
More plants?
I guess, yeah, more plants and more zombies.
Why did they just do it as like a DLC?
Plants vs. Zombies 2. The quest for money.
That's exactly. I mean, I have fun with the game to a point, but it's like,
Well, think about it. They're trying to be like Angry Birds. Angry Birds Singapore. One, two.
Angry Birds Singapore.
Yeah, there's like one in space. Angry Birds in
Yeah.
space.
I've played the space, but I didn't know they went to Singapore. What, did
Or
they get
some-
diseases or something?
I guess I don't
They're
know.
killing pigs in Singapore. That's not healthy. Let's face facts. So,
Okay.
I'm not quite sure I get Plants vs. Zombies 2. Have you played the first one?
No.
Have you?
Yes.
I've seen it played.
Have you?
I've seen it played.
Sidewinders played it, yes.
Yes, I have.
It's fun.
It's
but
a tower
what do you
defense, I
really
think.
need to add to it? It's just a tower defense game.
Yeah.
They might just be adding more characters, just like, yeah, Angry Birds. They add more kinds of birds.
Actually, Angry Birds Space is entirely different. It's got a whole new physics system because you're in space.
Yeah. So it's like I said. It's
Plants vs. Zombies in space. They might
That's-
as well throw in aliens. It's Plants vs. Zombies versus aliens. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, but it's an ad game. It's like why you can't, it's not really like a PC game you can add as a DLC. You gotta just get it as a separate game.
You could buy it for the Xbox for like $20. Who pays $20 for that game?
People are
Plus, there are
bored.
people that will, yeah, buy the exact same game just because it's the same game but newer.
Madden. Madden. I can't stand the Madden game. It's the same game every year. People are like, oh my
Call of Duty.
God! Call of Duty, Pyro's right too. Call of Duty. We're not haters here, you know.
Yeah.
So
You know, you buy it if the cover was just all shiny and
I forgot he was on the phone. How sad was that? I totally forgot Sidewinder was on the phone. He was too quiet up there. So, who here watched Falling Skies besides me?
I
I
saw.
know of it.
That's the one with the aliens come attack and has the professor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching that. I think I'm watching the season 2 where well, the end of season 1 where they're going to season 2. It looks-
Sidewinder, did you watch Falling Skies?
no, I have not seen that one.
Yesterday was their season finale for season 2, and it was fucking awesome. Sorry, I didn't mean to say the F word. It was freaking awesome.
Was that
now
awesome?
There's a third type of alien, and I was like, what? And it was. I love that show.
Oh, ooh, that's interesting. Yeah. So I have a question. So did they show up in the same group, or they came after the
They
fact?
came afterwards. There's a whole third type of alien now because season 1 ended with the second type of alien. Season 2 and the third type of alien. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Think about it this way: they were captured from the Starship Troopers book.
I loved this show. It is one of the best put together shows, and it's just fun to watch.
I think it's almost like it's our version of Lost. People had Lost, but this is different from Lost. You know, it's aliens and Armageddon and
it's
stuff.
just
See, I saw the ads and thought, how many times can they possibly try to remake V?
it's
the same
nothing
thing with
like
Alphas.
V.
Yay, let's do Heroes again.
Well, Alphas is like Heroes, but this is literally nothing like V.
Yeah, it's not. I watched
Are you
V.
talking about the remake or the original?
I
V?
like the remake of V,
Okay.
but this is nothing like it. Like the
I actually
aliens
like
have
the remake
already
of V.
won in this one.
Yeah, they put my.
Spaceships look like dogs. That's all I gotta say.
What spaceships look like dogs?
The little shuttle things. They had dog faces and it was stupid. It was really dumb. It was really
What-
dumb. The acting was atrocious.
Who had dog faces? Are you talking about V, the remake, or the
Yeah,
old
the
one?
remake, the new one. The little shuttles.
Oh, they're shaped like this design.
that's
shaped
right.
Like
Yeah.
dog things, and I just looked at it and laughed, and then turned the TV off and went to do something useful.
Yeah, but it was like I guess the remake was very CGI heavy.
Yes, it was.
So
you could
it
tell they
just-
were walking around on green screen.
Yeah, you know, it's one thing just to make it you could tell, but it's others to try to hide it. Yeah, it's just they didn't have no sets.
The one good thing about the V remake, Alan Tudyk.
Oh, I
Who?
love
Wash.
him.
High five.
I feel like I'm not part of that little club over there. Who?
He's
See?
Wee
Firefly. He
World.
was the Wash.
I didn't
from-
watch Firefly.
Okay, you're
Oh,
an
my
idiot,
lord.
but we already know that.
Well, I know the guy. We talk about the doctor from Firefly.
No,
No.
the
No.
pilot
Wash.
from Firefly. Wash.
Oh, okay.
And
Was
he
in
died
the V
Serenity.
remake.
Wait, wasn't he the reporter?
He was one of the aliens. I think he got killed off really near the beginning.
Oh,
And then he was also in Dollhouse.
that was a good show, but I didn't see it going past one season.
He
Honestly,
was Alpha.
there's only so far you can take. Just like Prison Break. Once you get out of prison, what are you going to do? The whole show's called Prison Break. Prison Break. So that's our Geek Week news. We don't have a funny video to show because there was a massive glitch in it. So we're going to show it next week, but it was really funny because I was really hungry and Sidewinder was trying to get me a sandwich and it was just hilarious. So we're going to move on to our topic, which we really want you to call in. The phone number's right there. It's really funny trying to position my hands looking at the TV screen. Give us a call because this is a great topic. We're going to talk about MMOs today because they're so big and there's so many of them. They're good, they're bad, they're whatever. We all play MMOs. What do you play, Mars?
EVE Online.
Is that it?
It's the only one we're talking about. I play a little bit of Star Wars just as the rest of you do, and kind of laugh at how bad it is.
It is not
It's
bad.
awful. It's absolutely atrocious.
Okay, we'll get to that later. What do you play?
Well, I play with you on Star Wars.
You haven't played with us yet. You're too low level.
Well, I
But she's a
play
player.
while I talk to you online.
You don't even talk. You're
But
quiet
as
because
far
Sidewinder
as-
says you're listening for our weaknesses.
No, that's what he says, but that's not true.
Sidewinder,
What?
He's not going to admit.
what did you tell us was the reason why she didn't talk to us when we were playing Old Republic?
Two reasons. One, because she's multitasking and she doesn't want the noise what she's doing to come across and mess with our conversation. And two, because she's determining your weaknesses in case she has to kill you.
See, want our weaknesses in case you have to kill us.
Or put you in a position where you will be killed.
Good luck with that. I'm blackmailed about every other day. Look at the people we work with. What do you
He
play?
keeps me busy.
Star Wars and also Star Trek Online.
Did you play something else too?
Yeah, Star Trek Online.
Death, what do you play?
Guild Wars,
Death plays Guild Wars 1 or 2.
it's going to be it's one right now, but it's going to be two when it comes out.
So 2's almost there. I play Old Republic only. I went through this phase when I first discovered MMOs was with City of Heroes. And I was
Actually, I played
obsessed with that game for 2 years. And it got to the point where I realized if I go into the same door with the same map one more time, I'm going to break something.
With the same little villains. You have
Yes.
to kill over and over and over again. City
Repeatedly.
of Villains was a little better than City of Heroes.
See, I stopped playing
But-
right before City of Villains came out.
Okay.
You going to ask me what games I play?
Yes. What games do you play? I forgot he was on the phone again.
Well, you asked him. He didn't say nothing.
Sidewinder, what games do you play?
I like how you forget I'm here. I might just lose that special thing you had me looking for, you know?
You really can't because you have no idea how important it is for our existence. He's our go-to guy. Oh, so what do you play?
Anyway, Star Wars: The Old Republic, Star Trek Online, Champions Online, and I used to play City of Heroes and City of Villains.
See, I stopped playing City of Heroes right before City of Villains came out.
How do you get
You
anything
should
done?
have stuck around. City of Villains was fantastic.
Well, Mars had a good question for you.
Yes.
How do you get anything done? Like, how do you have time to eat?
That's
Okay,
4
that's what I
MMOs.
have
4.
played.
He doesn't
Not that I
play.
play all at the same time. Right now, I'm just playing Star Wars: The Old Republic. I haven't played City of Heroes or Villains in a couple of years now.
Oh, okay.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Yeah, you know, because when I discovered MMOs, I played City Heroes. I tried out Star Wars Galaxies, hated it, and I played Final Fantasy. What was it, 11?
Oh, so this is like games we played like history total?
Well, no, but this is just when I started, and I hated both of those. So I played them both for a month, and I got done.
Yeah, I'll play
Final
Galaxy.
Fantasy should have never been an MMO. What were they thinking?
It's
Yeah.
just one of those things.
And plus, like if that's the case, I played EVE Online and saw no of it.
So what's the deal with Eve? Because you talk about it a lot.
It's a nice game.
What
Pretty
is
game.
it?
It is a space game. It's unique in the MMO world because it is one server. There are no shards. It is one universe. Everybody who plays all around the world plays in the same game server, basically. Everything you do permanently affects the rest of the world. Every small thing. It's basically it's a sandbox. It's a sandbox idea. All of the in-game content is basically it's player created. There are some missions, some PvE that you can do, but it's relatively minor. It's all about the PvP. It's all about the politics and the backbiting. It's set in a very dark, sort of lots of shades of gray, morally world. In Eve, you are a capsuleer who is this basically cybernetically enhanced person who is able to control your starship through your sort of cybernetic connections. So if you get killed while you're in your starship, your memory, your knowledge just gets instantaneously transplanted into a clone, right? Because you're rich, you're this super being.
That sounds
Basically,
awfully familiar.
You're almost a demigod.
You're thinking about that movie.
Probably. It's similar to a lot of games that have come before it.
I want to say the one that makes it different is fleet battles. You're talking about like what? I think what was the biggest we heard, like 75 groups, or was it 25 groups?
Well, in traditional MMOs, because the servers are so localized, they're so small, you may have PvP battles with maybe upwards of 20 people or so. I'm not real familiar with normal MMOs.
That sounds about right.
So sounds about right.
Yeah.
20 people
Average, yeah.
average for normal MMO. In Eve, you can get battles and have had battles up to 2,000 people. Because again, it's one world, people fighting over territory, and who's going to own that territory. The map, you can actually track the changes of the map, the sovereignty, what alliances and what power blocks. There are even informal structures of groups of alliances that create informal alliance structures together, completely outside of games, Skype groups and forums and things like that. There is a lot of backbiting. There is a lot of espionage. There are people who will spend 2 years working their way up to the top of a corporation just to bring it down.
You want to share that story about the one guy that brought down a corporation?
Yeah, so, there are a lot of stories like that, but one of the biggest ones, and I remember I watched the chat channels light up as it was happening. So a couple of years ago, there were two main power blocks. Two of the biggest alliances in game, basically, were the Band of Brothers, Bob for short, and Goon Swarm. And Goon Swarm started a long time ago, I think when Eve was in its infancy. A bunch of something awful guys decided to cause havoc in Eve and ended up accidentally becoming one of the largest alliances in game. But you eventually had these two large primary, very powerful power blocks, Band of Brothers and Goon Swarm. One day, I don't think it was an espionage so much as one of the primary alliance leaders in Band of Brothers just got fed up. Did I have that right? Yeah, it was Band of Brothers. Basically dismantled the entire alliance structure, took all of Bob's assets and stole them over to Goon Swarm, overnight the map changed. It toppled an entire alliance. They weren't allowed to get their name back, the alliance, so they had to go by some other name, and eventually they no longer even hold any space on the map. And this is player history, and it's embraced by CCP, the developers. It is part of the history and the lore of the world now.
Because I think because the guy, it was his group, that's why he was able to dismantle it. And like most MMOs, like, oh no, you can't do that. They will allow it to stay. And CCP, which is the corporation that makes it, said, yeah, it's allowable. Go ahead and do it.
So how long has Eve been around? Is it pre-Warcraft or post-Warcraft?
Launched in 2003.
What is that, pre or post?
Is
I have
that
no
post?
idea.
I say it's probably, I think it's pre-Warcraft.
About the
No,
same
post.
time, but
No, Warcraft been what before that, hasn't it?
It's simply because it sounds like it's a lot of fun, but World of Warcraft has literally killed every MMO.
well,
And I can't figure that out at all.
Well, you
World
got-
of Warcraft is easy. It's addictive and it's maybe a little grindy, but it's very simple. You have your character levels, you have your classes, you go in and you do this or that, and it's fairly straightforward. Eve is not easy. That's why Eve is cool, is because it is very, very hard to succeed in Eve, but that's part of the appeal. I like to say that World of Warcraft is checkers. Eve is chess.
Yeah.
You have to have brains and be willing to take risks.
And also, like what it is, like I want to say with WoW, you fight for experience. You know, you kill a mob, you get some experience, you can spend that experience. Eve, on the other hand, so okay, you want the skill? It's gonna cost a couple billion credits. If you can make the credits, it'll take you a year to learn it. They don't care as long as you can get the money and you want to spend the time. It's there for you.
Right, Eve has some unique features like skill training offline. If you can purchase the skill book and then sort of inject it into yourself, into your character, then it will train over time whether you're online or not. But for some of the higher tier skills, it can take a month or more just to train that up to level 5.
Yeah.
But there are no classes in Eve. Your class is whatever spaceship you decide to fly, if you can learn the skills to be able to fly it and fly it properly. You can be a miner one day, and you can be you can do PvP the next day and PvE the day after that, all with the same character. And you don't have to keep creating new characters to do the different types of things and get good at any one of them. But there are so many skills, and they keep adding them, so that it would take years to train them all. There is no one since the game started. There are people who are still playing, who started playing in 2003, but no one yet has trained them up because it would take too many more years to train all of
And
the
plus the
skills.
money for it, so it's like, yeah.
So you still have to
Do
pick
you
and
earn
choose
the
what
money,
skills.
or is it real world money?
No, it's in-game money.
Yeah.
The only way to earn in-game money by spending real world money is to buy pilot license extensions, basically tokens that you can use either to extend your game time, your play time, or you can convert it into an in-world item and then sell it for profit.
Yep.
And you can
Well-
also purchase these items in game too, which is interesting. Another interesting feature of the game, if you can make enough money just through playing the game, you can purchase game time.
So
So
it's all about the economics too, because like you can literally like make it a job. All you're doing is buying game time,
It's a very-
selling items, and you're just making money.
It's
Just
a very
getting paid
rich
for it.
economy.
Yeah.
But,
Sidewinder.
Yeah.
Have you ever played World of Warcraft?
No, but I've known plenty of guys that did play World of Warcraft.
I think World of Warcraft gives MMOs a bad name. Simply because I know someone who used to pee in bottles because he didn't want to leave World of Warcraft.
Well,
Oh, God.
Classy.
well, think about this.
That's more of the 12-step program in that one.
And you know, I resisted World of Warcraft for the longest time, and I finally said, okay, I'm going to try the free trial, and I liked it. But halfway through my free trial for the month, they announced Old Republic and said, I'm done. I'm just done. I don't care when it comes out. I'm not going to commit to a game that I'm not going to stick with. Simply because there's so many people there, and it's just like you said, it was really easy. I felt kind of dumb, you know?
Back to Eve. That's another nice thing about Eve. There are no stupid noobs. The people who
Everybody's
continue to
new
play.
somewhere.
Well, yeah, but there are no dumb ones. Teenagers sign up for Eve, play the 14-day trial, and then leave because it bores them. But
Well,
anyway.
you know, that's another thing about these games is everyone starts somewhere. I hate the attitude gamers take towards noobs. you know, they were a noob once too, and if someone didn't help them or partner with them to do this so they could learn the game, it's not very noob friendly.
Yeah, but with Eve, it's different because it weeds out the noobs. It's pretty much, you're going to be a noob, blow up your ship so many times, guess what? It's going to cost you. And it gets to the point where you're in the negatives, you don't own nothing. Your only recourse is to maybe cancel the character and start from scratch. That's an important, like, you know, it's all about, you have to have some common sense when you go on. Like, yeah, that's a level item, creature or ship. It's 5 levels higher than me. If I go against it, it might kill me. A smart guy in reality is like, you know what, that might kill me. I'm going to back off and come back when I'm equals level. Not just go rushing in and assuming.
That just counts me out right there. You need a smart guy to play that game, I'm gone.
Yeah, it's more about tactics versus just, you know, getting a axe or something and start swinging and killing stuff. It's all about, you got to have some idea, is it too much risky to go after it? If you kill it, cool. If not, there's going to be a consequence to that.
Which I like consequences in those games. Like, I really would like one where if you die, you're dead. You got to start all over again.
Yeah.
But no one would play it. Would you play it?
No,
Why not?
because I like killing things and I generally get killed.
What about you? Would you play a game like that?
Well, no. It depends. If I get killed, or at least I killed what I'm trying to go after, is there a reward for that? If it's like, just you beat it, you happy, have fun, it's your little memento. No, that's not worth it. Why? Like, might as well just turn off the game and just enjoy real life. It's
What
boring.
about you, Sidewinder? Would you play a game where you only had one life?
Not an MMO, I would.
I would totally do it. Because we'd have to actually play smart. You talk about how smart Eve is. Would you do it?
Yes, absolutely.
One life.
be
You,
awesome.
you can't just blindly run and jump, which I really do in Star Wars Old Republic a lot. You just show me a giant robot, and I'm there. Like the first one we saw, it was the world boss, and it's just me and Larry. I was like, there's a giant robot.
Oh my God!
Let's
Attack!
go, and it stepped on me, and it was instant death. Yeah. And then it shot him, and it was instant death. He was like, are you happy now? You know, because I can do that, but I think if I had to stop and really think about what I'm doing, Scythe would have to heal me a hell of a lot more than he does now.
Well, no, but think about it. Like, I think with WoW, they have like is a consequence. If you go and get killed, your armor gets damaged. You got to repair it. And those Star Wars has the same thing. There is a minuscule consequence. But when it starts getting to the point where you got games that, like, if you die, you start losing experience. Those are the one that kind of like, whoa.
Isn't that how they used to be? I know City Heroes was like that, wasn't it?
No.
When you die,
You
you
got
lost
XP penalty. That's what you earned. You had to work off a probation thing of XP before you could actually gain positive
That's
XP.
right.
Yeah. And it's like, there was a game I think I played, there was a MMO called Lineage 2. It had that. If you died, even if some guy walked up to you, hey, I'm 20 levels you're dead. I lost XP. It's like, dang it, I lost it.
See, that's why I don't like PvP. Like we play PvE
Yeah.
because you get those random people that want to come and fight you, and you just think, oh yeah, fine. One hit, you're dead because they're like 500 levels higher than you, and you're like, what did they get out of that? They couldn't have gotten any experience. I mean,
No.
hello, you're like level 2, they're level 50.
It's pretty much like the bully. I'm bored. I'm gonna go pick on somebody, and they do it. They get their jollies off of that. You know. That's why I stopped playing Lineage too. It's just that happens so much, and it's like the only good thing about it, I gotta say, with those type of games, there were actually groups that were fighting against those people. You have like a level 25 come and kill like all the newbie dungeons, like level 1, level 2. They just get mowed down by a guy. It's like, wow, Tim, you just empty out the dungeon of the newbies, and everybody's, oh, this guy's here. We're gonna just go away and be back later. And lo and behold, there's like a group of 5 level 30s come in. Where's that guy? We know he's here. Let's kick his butt. And they're hunting for the guy and hunting for him and shoo him away. Then everybody comes back. And I think with those type of games, there were, like, if it's set up right, there's communities that actually control that to help out. Hey, we want this game to be fun for everybody, so we're going to police it. But
You can't police everybody.
no, but it's like, it's about, they're minutes away. They're not always not, something you can call for help. You can't call a GM because it's a PvP game. You knew that when you bought the game. So there's a fine balance you got to work out with games like that. And it's like, with PvE, it's like literally what they call it Care Bear Land. They want you to have fun and pretty much have fun. Like, oh, my shiny, I'm
It's
making
Care
some
Bear Land.
experience. That's what I used to call it when I was on Ultimate Online. Almost the original MMO was that. You had a land that you can go kill people on one land, or you can jump and stay in the Care Bear Land, just go kill stuff and make XP and get items.
I won't lie. I would totally play Care Bear Land online.
Yeah, but ain't nothing wrong with
I
that.
would. If they turned that into an online game, I'd make the most deranged Care Bear ever, and I would run around and just Care Bear stare the most stupidest things like a tree. Just so I could say, I Care Bear stared a tree.
Isn't there a level on Diablo 3 that you can get to after you play the game that is it's like a Care Bear land? It's like there's rainbows and unicorns and everything
I
like
have
that.
no idea. I avoided Diablo 3, and I was so glad I did when they had all those
Look at
problems.
the June bug in here.
You mean the only being able to play the game online, even though you're not playing online?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if you're playing
And
single
things were
player?
broken and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard quite a few fusses about Diablo 3.
Yeah.
So we did Eve and World of Warcraft. Let's talk about Star Trek Online, because I almost thought about playing that game.
It's a unique game because with me it's like like I said, I'm a Star Wars fan. That's why I played Old Republic, but also I'm a Star Trek fan. Yes, it's hard to believe I am fans of both. It can be done. I'm a hybrid.
I may be wearing a Star Trek shirt. but there's a story behind it.
You're not alone.
So it's like with me, it's
You
like it's all,
have to give me no on the crop for treading the fence on that one.
yep. And the thing about it is like it's all about me. It's about the spaceships. I like playing the Enterprise A, the Sovereign, even the Defiant, just to be able to get in a ship and blow stuff up. That's awesome. You know, I like that type of stuff.
That is the best in that.
Yep.
So, okay, compare Star Trek Online to the other MMOs you've played. How would you rate it? What makes it different?
I want to say this. I think with like if I can compare it to WoW, you got one character. It's your armor you're buying. You know, you got many sets of armor. With Star Trek, it's almost instead of taking armor, it's a ship.
So you can upgrade your ship?
Yeah.
Can you make it like shoot little torpedoes and stuff?
Well, you got different type of torpedoes because it's literally the whole Star Trek universe. You got, I think, the regular proton torpedo, the quantum. You got stuff like I think plasma that the Romulans had. It's like, hey, if you can find it's a weapon, you
Can
can.
you play the Romulans?
No, I wish
Can
you
you play
could.
the Klingons?
Yes.
Can you play the Borg?
No, you fight against the Borg. That's your enemy.
I might play it if you could play the Borg. That would be pretty fun.
Well, you get like Borg captains that literally were like saved like 7 of 9.
Or Picard.
Yeah.
Well, Picard wasn't Borg. to
I was
begin
thinking
with.
Picard. You were thinking 7 of 9. You can tell how much Star Trek we've watched. Yeah, it looked interesting, and it was one of those ones everyone talked about, and then it just kind of disappeared and went free to play.
Yeah, and the thing about it is like the main thing that kind of like didn't help it too much was the ground combat. It kind of like it wasn't that good. I can tell you, but I played it. I was there when it first started. That's one thing. It was kind of what caused it to get tripped up was the ground play. Space play was awesome. You know, you get a whole bunch of ships blowing stuff up, doing just crossing each other, beams and torpedoes all over the place. When it came to the ground, it's like, okay, come here, point this, shoot, kill it, do it 24 times, and your mission's over. It was boring.
Oh, sounds like Assassin's Creed.
It was linear.
I went there, yes.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, one of the worst games ever. I was the only one who realized that game was so stupid. You did the same thing every single time.
I got past the first mission and I was like,
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. Go here, kill that, sit here, do these 3 things, we'll open more of the city. Then you go to that place, sit there, kill those people, we'll open more of the city. And everyone raved about that game.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we playing the same game? Yeah, it looked beautiful, but honestly...
apparently the sequels have fixed that.
Oh,
issue.
shut up, Pyron. I was talking to you.
And
Hey,
now,
I'm with Larry on this. The space combat was what made Star Trek Online the most amount of fun there, and it was very, frankly, beautiful. When you got a lot of ships going in there, it was also not for. It was definitely a bit of a challenge to play the space combat.
So let's move on to the Old Republic, because we all played the Old Republic.
Oh, yeah.
What did you not like about it? Because it's the Old Republic just online. That was one of the greatest Xbox games ever.
Was it for the fact that it was like that setup, or you expected more?
I expected more. Again, I am an MMO snob, and I'm also a sandboxer.
Okay. Yeah.
I dislike it because it's not an open world. When I play, to me, the theory of the MMO is I want to immerse myself in a world. I want to feel like I'm there. Old Republic doesn't do that.
No.
It doesn't make me feel like I'm in the Star Wars universe. It's got the same questing system that every MMO has. It's got the same power system. It's got the same combat system. It's World of Warcraft copy and pasted in the Star Wars universe with a few minor changes. It's got a class system. Class systems are bad. You've got character levels. Character levels are stupid. That's just how I feel.
Well, I mean, I totally agree with that, but I don't think MMOs can survive unless they are somewhat what people are used to, because everyone plays World of Warcraft.
Well, yeah, everyone is stupid.
You heard it here.
The-
Everyone is stupid. And I totally agree, but I love the Old Republic. We have so much fun when we play it.
Well, no, because I got to agree with him. I think that's why I like Star Trek Online compared to Old Republic, looking at both of them. Star Trek kind of had a niche that, like, yeah, if you become a captain, you get a certain level ship. It's not you can get the Picard super, sovereign A. No, you got to work your way up to it.
You're flying around in a little toaster box
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah, but eventually,
Pew, pew.
when you get bigger, you get the next level class, and then eventually you get to the point where you get the much sought after Uber ship that can kill like crazy, or at least has armor. But the ship matches your skill. If you're an admiral, you're gonna have access to a really nice ship. You're not like you're an ensign. You're gonna get like the sovereign. No, it ain't gonna ever happen. It's like you get out of here, learn how to pilot the berth, then come back.
Like, I would play Eve if I knew my computer could handle it.
Shut up, Pyro. No one's talking to you.
It probably can.
Yeah.
So, and I get what I want out of Star Wars, just to have fun. And that's why I play these games. Sidewinder, how do you feel?
Yeah, I felt the same way. I understood when I started off Old Republic, I jumped in pretty quickly because it was pretty much just like every other MMO. But I did enjoy the feel of the Star Wars universe there. I thought they did a pretty good job. I have to admit, when I first landed on Coruscant, I just took a moment and just looked around at everything, just like, wow. It kind of felt like I was, there looking at Coruscant. At least when I first got there, then I got used to it. Now, my wish list though is, I wish they add more to the space combat. The space combat missions
They're
are
just
fun.
rail shooters. That's the space combat in Old Republic.
True,
You're on
but
a rail.
I gotta say though, there's like the asteroid missions that makes me feel like I'm flying the Millennium Falcon, just blowing up, going cruise, have to move, and then blowing up the equivalent of TIE fighters. I love that mission. I love playing it like crazy, but I wish they had more of it like that, or at least I'm in the city doing that. I think they're gonna have soon, but I'm hoping they bring more.
The thing I wish is we could have more than 4 people. That's the only thing I hate about that game. Because our team fills up really quick. Me, Sidewinder, Scythe, and Legendary. And we're done. We can't add anybody else. We're
Yeah.
like, okay, what am I supposed to do now?
And we're like, well, who's the healer?
That would be Scythe, but
no,
he's
we're like,
not really good sometimes.
Yeah, we're like, he's a wannabe healer. Oh man, this ain't gonna work out. It's like,
He let me die quite a few times on Saturday, just so you know.
on purpose.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Did you hear us? I was like, heal me, damn it, heal! They're chasing me, man. What am I supposed to do?
So
Don't
he's
shoot
running
him.
away and letting you die? Is that
Yeah,
what's
pretty
happening?
much.
Yeah.
Giving them a hard time. So, I get what I want out of that. That's why I love it. That's the only one I play. Now, how do you feel about Star Wars compared to the other games you played, Mathilda?
Well, honestly, I haven't played a lot of online games. I played, like you, the free trial of World of Warcraft. I didn't get as into it because I think it depends on what your first PC game was, as far as also whether or not you like WoW. Because my first one was actually Diablo 2.
Yeah, nice.
So after that, I didn't get to World of Warcraft until later. But
Yeah.
I love Diablo 2. I didn't like that Diablo 3 didn't have the same feel of it. It kind of actually looked a lot like Dungeon Siege game. They did change the graphics though. They did update it because I did buy Diablo 3 and I did play through it very quickly actually. But it was kind of sad. After you kind of wait and the servers are down, once the servers are up, you can get through that game really quickly. But Portal 2, Portal, I really love those games. But yeah, City of Heroes, City of Villains, and Old Republic are pretty much the only online games that I've played.
I think the other reason why I like what I play so much is because I always play the blaster or the summoner. And this is the first time I've ever played a tank, and I'm having so much fun. I just run up there and start hitting stuff and hope somebody heals me, and I go to town. And Sidewinder will jump in, and he'll get mad because I'll use the force push on accident, and they'll fly like 15 feet, and I got to jump over there, and he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Because they actually fling into a mob. And so it's one of those, yeah, that's the way we play.
I wait to
Okay.
use
How many times did you say, oops, wrong button last time we played?
Saturday
How
when we
many
were playing,
times?
it was a lot. I hit the wrong button because it's right there next to my force choke.
Well, my question.
Oh, flung.
I have a question. Did you find another empty hole to drop into?
Oh, man, I was
Endless
notorious
pit?
for falling into the bottomless pits.
There's
There's-
Star Warsy as American is.
Yeah, there's bottomless pits all over Star Wars. I kept falling into them. Thought I was being slick and jumping over the wall. No, woo, dead.
No, but like the one he found, I was like, hey, he found something. Like, oh, where'd he go? Like, ooh, that's
Yeah,
a pit.
Larry
Ooh.
just watched me fall and die. And I'm like,
I couldn't save you. I was like,
so one of the big factors of MMOs is they normally have a subscription fee.
Yeah.
Sidewinder, how do you feel about subscription fees?
Necessary evil.
Okay. What about you, Mars? Like, does Eve cost you anything to play? How much a month?
It's a pretty standard $15.99 a month.
Okay.
That no longer has a purchase fee. It's old enough now that you just pay the subscription and that's it. Interesting point for Eve as well. No, you don't have to pay for the bi-yearly expansions. They just give the
This is
expansion out.
downloadable content.
Just download. Well, not even. It's
Part of the game, I think, right?
It's part of the game. The Eve expansions are, you have to download it in order to play.
Yeah.
So it's free, and that's just that. It's a 15.
And you're okay with that?
Perfectly okay with that. In fact, I kind of prefer it.
But I think it's almost like it's almost like you get a new game every time you do expansion because there's always new features, and it's like, hey, since you're paying a fee.
So how do you feel about
bit.
monthly subscription fees?
Dude, I guess I would say I'm under the necessary evil because someone has to pay for the server maintenance.
Yeah. What about you, Matilda?
Well, I mean, I generally, I remember $14.95 a month for City of Heroes, City of Villains. Looking back, I don't think that game was worth that subscription fee. It depends on the game.
Indeed, that's
So
good.
I would play it honestly for a couple of months, and then I'd get out of it. And then, if I'm in the mood after a few more months of not playing it, I'll go on for another month or so, something like that.
See, I'm okay with the monthly subscription fees because you hear these people complain so much, but you're renting space. You pay rent at your house. Why don't you pay rent for your virtual character? Because that has to be somewhere.
Yep.
That's how I look at it. And so, all these games are going free to play because they don't really have a choice. Star Wars is going to free to play.
Yeah,
but you can pay and get all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
But
Which I'm still going to pay, but free to play, that's like a death warrant for a game.
Well, it's also double-edged that to play devil's advocate is to get more people playing it because no longer having to be a 14-day trial. And it's like, hey, try this game. If you don't like it, you can walk away. No contract, no whatever. If you don't like it, you're good. You can walk away. But if you want to buy it, buy the subscription, get more cool stuff.
The free-to-play model can be very iffy, but if it's done right, it can definitely net a lot more money for the studio than the game might make otherwise. So I think whether or not free-to-play games, and the industry is evolving quite a bit too, which is part of the reason I say this. I'm starting to see some good free-to-play games come out. It depends on the execution of the game. People are having a hard time adjusting to the idea that a free-to-play game is not automatically crap, because that's how it was for a long time.
Yeah.
But we're starting to see slowly some AAA titles trickle down that are based on a free-to-play model. Interestingly, one of the leaders in this new trend is CCP, the producers of EVE Online. They're coming out with Dust 514, which is a AAA first-person shooter. It's going to be absolutely fantastic, and it's going to be tied in real time into the EVE universe. So it's two different games and several different. It's going to be PS3. You'll be able to access this universe through PC. They're coming out with the Vita app and some other things. But this first-person shooter is going to be free to play, and it's also going to be just as good as any other shooter you'll ever find. It's going to, of course, be just as complex and nuanced as EVE is.
You look way too excited. You're like trying not to
I'm
smile. You're like,
I'm
oh man, it's
extremely-
gonna be awesome.
It is. It really is going to be cool.
Well, tell them about the one cool thing about it, though. That's like.
Why don't you tell me?
Well, there's a lot of cool things about it, but which one?
I'm talking about the ones like, if you have a friend in EVE, you're in the first person, does 451, it's like, hey, I need a bombardment here. Hit it.
So you could talk to people in the other games. Now, see, that's really
You
smart.
can communicate. You can join the same corporations. But the point he's making is, if you were a field commander in Dust 514, you can put out a contract for an EVE player on their PC and give him a Dust for right now is only PS3. But you can put out a contract for an orbital bombardment. Someone on his PC can fly up to the planet in EVE and aim and fire at the planet, and on the planet that on the PS3, you'll see that shot come down and impact your enemies or wherever you ordered to hit.
That's pretty smart.
And there will also
Yeah,
be
it's
structures that will
interactive.
allow players on the PS3 to fire up at the starships in orbit.
Now, see, when I think of free to play, I get a bad taste in my mouth because
I think of children's games.
we did
Yeah,
we did DDO for a little while, and our problem was that people who paid for it got things to do that they wanted us to do with them, but we couldn't because we didn't pay for it.
Yeah.
So it was so broken, and there was this horrible microtransaction system.
I think that's
I hate microtransaction systems.
And I think that's what the free-to-play model kind of is based off. You're not going to pay for the game, but you want something, you got to pay for it. One way or another, you're paying.
Yeah.
Part of the
It could turn into Team Fortress and have its entire economy based off hats.
Nobody's talking to you, Pyro. Shut up. How many times is that? 3 times now?
I don't know. I think the TF2 hats are kind of awesome.
Team Fortress 2 hat system. I'll give you that much. But
That's kind of cool. But now,
Fantastic.
a lot of the problem with free-to-play games, though, and again, this is something that Dust 514 is doing correctly, but a lot of the problem comes when the things that you can buy for real money are orders of magnitude better than anything you will ever possibly get just by playing the game for free. In Dust 514, there's the stuff that you can buy with real money is the same stuff that you can buy with earned in-game money.
see, that's how I think it should be. But like the in-game money should be like 3 times the cost, so it takes a little while longer. But you can still
Exactly,
get it.
exactly. So real world sort of in currency in Dust 514, it's going to be Arum.
What?
Can you get Sidewinder to talk? Ask him a question or anything. I need to monitor his audio real quick.
Sidewinder, can you talk real quick? Pyro wants to listen to you.
What?
Say something clever.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently, he's trying to triangulate your signal or something to figure out where you are, because he's trying to figure out what I sent you to go find. He's
He
never gonna
can't
figure it out.
triangulate me. He couldn't even trapezoid will find me.
No, he can't. He can't do it. So, yeah, MMOs, they're interesting, and the reason why I like them. Keep talking. He wants to still hear you.
He wants to hear your sexy voice, Sidewinder.
Yeah,
That's
he
all.
loves you.
Wow. That
Why
makes
you too? You're supposed to be on my side.
We'll
Mathilda.
talk about that later.
I think he's giving you a hard time.
Yeah, I was just like I was like the pop shot. She just made it like, oh, that might as well just make it a sniper
All
shot.
right,
Like,
Pyro
wow.
gave up trying to find you. So, I think the reason why I love MMOs is because
He's going for Pluto.
I'm a very social gamer. I love to play with people. Just like I can't fathom those people who pay for these games and play solo the entire thing. Why would you pay $15 a month to play by yourself? It makes no sense. I love playing with
I
people.
like to play by myself.
Okay, why?
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Why?
I don't like cooperating with a group of people generally.
Mostly because
What about if it's
I
people
like
you
just doing
know?
whatever I want. That's different. That's a different thing. But generally, the people I know don't play the multiplayer games. So
See,
that becomes
like-
difficulty.
I've been in some of those random groups in Star Wars. We've had lots of fun, but I don't like playing by myself because it's boring. I love playing with people. That's why we're on Minecraft like all the time, and I never play Minecraft alone. I always open up and start inviting people left and right. You know, I won't buy a game unless it has a multiplayer factor to it that I can play for a while, and then I
Well,
can play with people.
but I think I guess to play devil's advocate because I played MMO
You always play devil's advocate. Why?
because he pays me. That's why he's my sponsor.
Death is the Devil Larry sponsor. If he is, I need to have a serious talk with him.
I've not seen any contract saying that he is under anything.
So there's no
It might
contract
be a
saying
secret
the devil
contract.
has contracted Larry.
It's the robot devil.
There's no contracts.
Why do you always play devil's advocate?
No,
He's my sponsor.
You're not even under robot devil. You're not even.
Now Pyro and Death are in a fight. Okay, you two shut up. We're talking.
But yeah, because like I said, somebody has to play the advocate. So anyway, I'm playing it. So be happy. But now you made me lose my train of thought.
This is my happy face, just so you know.
Did you know that?
I hate you.
So,
Now
okay,
you're being all full of hate. Hey, you need to move away from Stone. You're starting to get infected by his hate.
isn't it weird? I forgot he was on the phone again. It's when he's quiet that like when I want him to talk. I remember, but I tell you what, it's been one of those days already. And it must have been because I'm forgetting. You're forgetting, obviously.
What we can do is we can actually make a Sidewinder dummy where we can put his picture on something, kind of in the group, so you can see it.
There you go. I like
and know
that.
that he's in the group, that he's here. And
So you
participate
think
in
we
this
should make a
conversation.
Sidewinder dummy?
Yes.
Which we already have one that's living and breathing.
I vote for a
But
Jawa
not
with a picture on
here,
it.
so you don't forget
You're
it.
not
you
putting
know
a
I'm coming
Sidewinder
back
dummy on my
someday,
lap.
right? I am going to be back there.
Not even if it was a puppet.
Yes, but
Okay.
Sidewinder, you're not here now, so we can get away with murder. Period. So,
I will not soon forget this.
yeah, you will. I can get. You know, Pyro does have a forgetful ray, right? He can totally wipe your memory with one trigger pull.
Yes,
You
but
know,
I think he backs up his
Nine
memory.
times out of 10, I think backfires and he forgets it. He keeps forgetting the weapon doesn't work.
Well, let's face facts. Pyro stuff normally backfires.
No.
Let's not forget about the ray gun that totally shot him in the eye. Came out the back, through the scope. Don't laugh, Death. You know,
That was a good day.
that was a good day. He was down and quiet for the whole day. There was no explosions or alligators on the loose or holes in the airlock. We were fine.
And that's what got us.
Your handmade laser gun explodes in your hands because you had to roll a chance dice.
Go away, Pyro.
I don't use your weapons. I have my own that I stole from an elemental.
You actually use my weapons. I make your weapons.
Shut up, Pyro. We're not talking to you.
Swift bucket.
Grenade pistol.
Pyro.
Yeah, Pyro is making me a hand grenade pistol because I had this idea. You get like a 6-shooter, and when you're out of bullets, you pull the trigger and throw it, and it explodes.
Okay.
How awesome is that? That's like a genius idea. It's a grenade in the handle of a pistol, so when you run out of ammo, you just throw it and it explodes.
There's only one downfall. You gotta be like literally decked out like Neo, like a whole bunch of guns.
No, you don't. You just pull the pin and throw it. It's done. It explodes. You're good to go.
But what if like
The
there's like
secret in it is nuclear fusion.
Well, it's a grenade. It's going to explode or shrapnel. They're going to hit people in the face, and they're going to get ugly like that one dude in that James Bond movie that wasn't very good with the diamonds right here.
I don't know, but like say like you wipe up one group. So what about the second group that shows up? You just wasted the grenade.
Well, that's when I shove you in the way.
How rude!
Hey, that's like
Nuclear fusion, Pyro.
nuclear fusion in my hand.
How are you a mad scientist and you don't know that?
Now, what were we talking about the devil's advocate? Now you even forget.
Okay, we're way. Okay,
Nuclear.
I forgot why you're playing devil's advocate.
What was it? We were talking about what? MMO game?
Free to play.
Free to play.
The microtransactions.
Nuclear vessel.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you'll remember like 3 days from now. And
Yeah,
call
that'd be
me,
too
and I'll
late,
Like, no,
yeah.
I don't want to talk to you. So MMOs. Oh, that's why, because they're social gaming. That's why.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're talking about social. Yeah, I think.
Don't yeah me death. Not like you remembered.
Well, I look at it this way. Just like the social part, I think that's what got WoW so popular. It was mostly a MMO game, but people enjoyed it for the social part. Especially with like Mars, like in the sandbox. Some people like it just depends on the genre. Like
I
me,
disagree with you about the WoW social part because all anybody cared in there was loot whoring. I knew someone who waited a year for an axe he was never going to use, but because he had to have the axe, he was in that line
yeah.
for a year to get this axe. That's all they played for. They weren't playing the game to play the game.
Well, I know, but on the same that group of people. I know the group of people literally just play online just to play with, hang out with friends. So it just all
Why don't you
MMOs.
just go to
have
their
it.
house and hang out with them. I think online has become a little too present. You can hide behind virtual avatars and stuff.
It depends because some people are in town also, but the friends I knew, they started together, but they all moved away from each other, and that's how they kept together was with Durrell.
Well, true, you can do that, but
So
I
it's-
think if you're real close together, you can like actually hang out.
Yeah.
Why do you look at me like I'm crazy?
Well, what you can do is just bring laptops over to one person's house and play the game all together at the same place.
Have an old school LAN party eating up his bandwidth. Y'all are lagging.
Yeah.
Did I do something? Did I die?
Good times.
Man, those are the days. Like we used to LAN party Halo. We'd all have like the 4 TVs and the 4 Xboxes, and we give all our Master Chiefs like names like Syphilis and Mom.
Oh my
Syphilis
God.
killed your mom. Mom killed the dog. Stuff like that. So that's how we played Halo for the longest time with the stupidest, most random names.
Hey, I hate to give Stone any credit, but I have to agree with him about the social aspect. I've done a lot of MMOs alone, but the most fun I've really had is actually getting online with actual friends and actually playing. And doing that Age of the Empire stuff with the PC first-person shooters was freaking awesome.
Yeah, see, and we play Star Wars every Saturday night except for Larry because you've been disappearing oddly. So that's what we do. We get on, and we don't even realize how much time has passed. And like we went to this mission last week that we died really quick on. So I leveled up this week and we did it again, and we didn't die as quickly, but we at least got through it.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, except for when I was the ghost and I respawned in front of a mob, and Scythe just watched me die again.
Ouch.
Scythe.
Very brilliant there.
Oh, you brilliant! You're the one who got lost. You weren't even there. No, it was you that watched. It wasn't Scythe. It was him that watched me die. He was behind the crates,
I
and I
watched you
died. Rico will have his vengeance. Rico is my Tauntaun pet. He's awesome.
Aww.
He will have his vengeance. So yeah, social aspect. That's why I play these games, and that's obviously why we all play them. I mean, can you even play solo in Eve?
Barely, not really.
And that's how an MMO should be. You shouldn't be able to play by yourself.
No.
It makes it then just buy a console game, honestly. And that's really
That's pretty much it. But it's like, I don't know. It just depends because like what I guess could my aspect of it's like Ultima Online when you played with other people, you always had that one guy that liked messing with you, especially if it was a random person. You get y'all up to level, you're like, hey, I'm about to finish. All of a sudden, he does something like grab a big old mob, pull a newbie, but he's doing it on purpose, messes up the whole level.
Oh,
And
so speaking of stuff like that,
you know, that the aspect does appear in any MMO. You know
we
what I
have
mean?
about a minute and a half left. So really quick, your funniest story from MMOing. Mine was in Final Fantasy XI when I convinced people there was a quest that didn't exist. I convinced them there was a quest that didn't exist and they were trying to find it. Funniest story.
Ultima Online, I guess when you're doing mining, you can get hit certain veins and get a really nice mineral. But the one thing they don't tell you, if you get that nice mineral, you get a nice fat dragon that comes with it. Got killed by the dragon.
All right, Matilda.
I don't really have a funny story. I just know that I built a huge TARDIS in a Sherlock's house in Minecraft for PC.
Oh.
That's not bad. You, Mars.
I like flying around in Eve in a small frigate with the ship named after a much larger, very valuable mining barge called a Hulk.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
I like allowing people to kill me and watch the grief and tears in local when they realize that they just took out a small, worthless level 1 frigate. It actually works, and it's enormously entertaining. The scams are also fun in Eve because they're allowed. Trying to scam other players to just give you stuff or claim that you're selling an item for way more than it's worth, when in reality the contract that you put out is the opposite. Is allowed. It's a gameplay mechanic, and you have to be smart in order to avoid being scammed. And sorry, sideline.
Well, it's pretty funny there. Well, not really funny, but on Sea Heroes of Sea Villa, I used to really enjoy knocking enemies off the roof to buy time, watching them not nearly die and then work their way up just to knock them back off the roof again. That never got old. Telling you, it doesn't work. You can't get rid of me that easy.